Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Of Scribes and Men. You are witnessing the Mad Poet on his way to reaching 10,000. I will make it. I will make it. Before November ends, I will make it. Just as long as I finish it in November, I am golden. It cannot. Ideally, before November 30th. Ideally, before November 30th. If I get to it by being an insane lad by November 1st, I'll be happy. I don't think that's happened. My plans always tend to fail. But I digress. Let's get into volume 2052. I will, however, make it for November. Volume 52. We gave hope, and to what shall we cry? Coiled in anguish with fists at the sky. Oh why did they all die? These sacrifices being, I cannot deny. We made merry with friends that faded away, a ghost of a past of how we'd once spend the day. Yet now we sit as we stare into the void of a lost... A lost... No, that should be... What? What the heck was I... A loss of company, as we've been devoid. Is it a wonder we should spend in lament of time wasted and never then spent towards things that mattered as it passed on by? Who are we in our arrogance to deny? What is an actor with the fools that they played, consumed by the characters in which they stay? Pass it not on to those unwilling to learn, for if they should gain it, the source will then burn. Our interests that pass on by so rarely. Who killed us, will they ever know? Down for the count, an end of a show. A mystery afoot for those to come and solve it. Yet how could they, when they can't admit? What cruelty is bent from those who enjoy the sights of all they come to destroy? Like wounded animals with the food they seek, an appetite satiated in the ways of a freak. So technically this should all be one, but because of just how the Chinese write. But I think for in English it differentiates. I'll have to figure it out. Soft winds blowing through the square, away from the heats of fair, as the markets sigh in relief, as the people shop without care. All the things I should have tried, as I stared at myself and then I lied. And so here now I stand, when none has gone as planned. Oh, the things we could have done, chasing the stars and the sun, science or fiction, what is the deal between fantasy and something real? Greetings to you, I say in my elation. Did you enjoy that moment of creation? Oh, don't start crying now. Instead go and take your bow. All the things to achieve, if one could believe, set apart for our desire and let loose our passion's fire. Things that should have been, and things that never were, for if I had been so keen, perhaps I'd be with her. What honor is it for me to live, if one has nothing to do or give, with all the things he set to do, to make it all come true? So many thoughts, so many ways that one could go and spend their days. Yet have we gone aimlessly on from each rising of the dawn? Have you looked in the face of identity and fear towards the change you wished didn't come so near, to displace you from where you thought you'd belong? But what is new in this age-old song? I climbed the mountains where many once stood, empty now for many never would, each going their own path and flow, yet sometimes it's best to be where others don't go. Have you felt the gravel under your feet along the countryside where plains meet, as you wait for the vastness of the night sky before watching the stars with a beautiful sigh? To punish the curious, then how can we learn, when pushed into a rigid system at every turn, only in the future to go and complain when you realize it all was in vain? There's many a reason to embrace the meek, to hear them out with the words they speak, as their wisdom comes but is often unheard, from those who hear all voices gone blurred. How many times do I not care or invest into a body and mind desiring rest? So when it's done and all comes through, there would be so many things I could do. Caress me gently like the cool of night, away from the day and city light, under where only the stars can see to witness the love between you and me. I enjoy the things glittering. I enjoyed when things glittered while least expected, whether by the light of the bugs or stars detected. Simpler times away from worry and stress, when things were peaceful and not such a mess. Does not madness come when someone detects it, sitting around to allow us to inspect it? So mercurial in essence to be slipping away, and now you wonder what the mad have to say. The calm summer night that is spent within silence, serenity comes. What would you offer to a king upon his throne, unwed and sitting there all alone? What shall we offer in our own decline to a king who was but 9? Breath of fresh air with all that we take, away from civilization we forsake. And if they should burn, why would we care? Or would we simply, it's not simple, simply. Or would we simply watch and stare? What is a master in all but name, pulled together like an ounce of their fame, hidden blind whether it's not seen, from the steps of where they've been? In my work, a sense of charity to help bring about clarity of limits where one could go through the actions one would show. Why should I be drunk when I don't sleep just fine, with a body weary that begins to sway? And why should I be one to drink from the vine when I play the part of a drunk sober every day? All for a performance, a last hurrah, before you eventually fade away, and never you mind what you just saw when such secrets are not yours to say. What do you prefer in the lengths that you write? So shall people be able to tell when it's brought to sight? Will it fill you with a special sense of pride, with all those butterflies you now feel inside? Strike a match and let it burn, as you stand within the smoke and ash. And when they see you finally turn, they shall be blinded by a flash. Will you push with a bit of force to throw it all off course? Watching it die, you sigh and smile, turning with style, as you suddenly find more enemies standing behind. What am I to decide? Who am I to decide to live or die? Though I hate to comply, knowing the courts are a lie when it becomes between them and I. Let myself not myself find. Oh, let not myself. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh. Let myself not find myself with my feet asleep there in the middle of the street. Lest a car comes passing on by, and in the darkness would have me die. There was a time I gave you all you desire, but there you are standing in the fire. Did you get all that you'd want and need, as you're burning there alone in your greed? Windmills of our mind, with the giants we all slay in our fantasy, holding it together for my own sanity as the world becomes chaotic. Yeah, who is the fool that bites the hand that feeds, for the sake of their wants and needs? With their insatiable appetite, if we had our chances, we would also bite. All the creatures left undone by those who went living to have their fun. And distractions came in to sway, all us all to go and waste our day. There's a portion of a legend most won't see, with all the tasks before that came to be, all to reach the pinnacle of their skill, with such adventures that come to fill. Every scene meticulously crafted, with every word meticulously drafted, that shocks the eye that come to see, that comes to... Oh, that shocks the eyes that come to read, now held in delight with the planted seed. Held together in my delight, who in their honor come to ask, as I witness their mournful plight, held together in my delight, to offer my wisdom and might, behind my smile under the mask, held together in my delight, who in their honor come to ask. Who am I to be allowed to fly with another across the sky towards a new place to go and stand as I step out onto a foreign land? Bring me to a place of space and stars, all flying ships and flying cars. In the future we all once did imagine, and all the delights ever held within. Where was I? Okay. All the efforts that come with pain, as muscles groan and strain, while going towards where you wish to be, whether for yourself and others to see. Strangers in the house and attacked on sight, lest they rob us through the night. And where would you stand and be, if in your sights there was a robber you would see? Oh, that formula for success from those who come to press, for why should they be told when they treat it less than gold? A frozen tundra within the bitter cold winds, polar bears go play. Reasons to struggle left unaware by the oblivious who left without care. And so what shall one moment do but continually flow through time and you? What are these? Yeah. What have we to do with what we have not? Whether it's that which we have sought, will we be pleased by the results that we find, to easily move and live in kind? Breathing in smokes our lungs cannot hold, believing all that in which we are told. And although the smog fills the air, do people truly ever fully care? Yeah. It doesn't matter if no one should try, while going aimlessly forward not asking why. And as time continues and marching on, well, what secrets hide behind the curtains of dawn? If one should try, I'm not asking why. Hold on. Yeah. Shall one build up a high tower to try and protect with their power, while hubris is this to try and obtain, through a place so hollow and vain? Eyes growing weary, fighting off sleep, for the moments they close, it's into the deep. Whether it be on a chair or in bed, it shall come upon like the rest of the dead. The struggle of watching all fall once again. Uh, ba, ba. I don't even know. where I'm at. Let's assume here. Our body slows in a fight against time, immortality lost from the dawn of a crime, and so we suffer all the way through, into the present to affect me and you. The hours go past. Did I also do what places we go in order to stand in the places we've never planned, whether by fantasy or reality in? How would one manipulate to win? Struggle of watching all fall once again. And yeah. The hours go past before at last we all come to die. Some in our haste with time that we waste, never asking why. While others will go along with the flowers as life moves on by. So what can we say at the end of the day while staring at the sky? There is a sense of everything, that everything is not as it should be, as we drift through life before we pause to look and see. And in this moment, when things feel off and strange, that's not a sign of noticing a moment of change. Falling into leaves amidst a sunny autumn, dressed in colors warm. To all the creatures of the night, so nocturnal in their delight, like the side of me that wants to play within the dark instead of day. Does sleep care of what it is we desire when we ignore rest like burning flames of fire? Soon enough, like all things, it will come to stop, no matter whether at the bottom or even at the top. There were things we saw once in a dream, sewn together by a tailor's seam, intricately created for the subconscious to wear, whether by nightmares or by dreams fair. Held together by the system of man to try and do all that he can, to place himself where no man should go, where to this day we are still mad at the no. All the places I could reach, comma, held in my hand. All the places I could reach, held in my hand. Did it ever matter where I would go stand, as I look off into the distance beyond the sea, and wonder what it all could go and be? Beyond the sea and wonder what all it all could be. To all the places I could reach, all the places I could reach held in my hand. Did it ever matter where I would go stand, as I look off into the distance beyond the sea and wonder what it all could go and be? I am drifting. It is wild. Like, I should not be drifting. The smell of roses blooming at the summer's dawn mixed with its perfume that leaves traces on the skin now claimed by the lover's touch. The heat of the day that beats down onto the skin during summer height. Shall they question the valleys where people walk together in pairs as the people gossip and talk, despite there being no mystery to be solved? Within, they reveal the identity of catching on in sin. Trace of blood from claws crawling on the skin, with a sickening feeling gripping you within. Is this the consequence of what you've done when you placed your hands upon that gun? Have you ever been possessed, so very possessed, to finish all in which you're now obsessed, away from sleep until the waking hours you continue to harness that power? Softly flowing away into the day, watching all the children play, with nothing more to go say, when there's nowhere you will stay. Every moment through something new, with all the adventures you go through, followed by anticipation the day before dawn, while at the end always desiring for more. Procrastinators task to leave to the last moments that always tend to go past. Here you are in the fold once again, almost as if resistance is all but vain. All the time we spend flowing without end into places we can't foresee. Yet what is that to do with me? Every moment that we take, with all the moments that we should make, shall your shall we find our joy under the sun as we reflect on all we've done? Oh, clouded thoughts that muddle the mind, making it difficult to focus in kind when distracted with all the things to enjoy, with the desire to play with it like a toy. We walked in the shadowed alley through the hidden alley. Well, no, we walked in the shadowed valley through a hidden alley, making our way to sway, hidden and forbidden creatures one should not talk, to reveal and once again talk, and once again walk. Darkness creeping through the dim lights, hiding all from their sight as people walk past in a drunk sway, unable to remember the night or day. Oh, what sinister delights remain in store for the vile who crawl and beg for more. All for that taste so they can live in a place of souls they willingly give. I was one among many who came before, though some may have looked as if I were a bore, while others in the humor made their jest. Perhaps it was this they liked about me mess. Well, let me read that again. I was once among the many who came before. Through some may have looked as if I was a bore, while perhaps in their humor made their jest. Perhaps it was this that they liked about me best. Our anxiety, creeping in like dark shadows, a sudden panic. They say ignorance is bliss, which is evident in all that we miss. When knowledge becomes our pain, that begins to drive others insane. Okay, where are we? This is horrible. It is against my mind that I fight, or each comparison I fear in sight. Despite there being none to see, yet there still remains that fear in me. Oh, what a journey it would be to fare the winds we cannot see. Isn't it fair? F-A-R-E? To fare the winds we cannot see, right? Across the boats and waves of sea, while feeling what it means to be free. Soon we shall go to depart for a new journey for all to start, using our courage through fear to embrace the new that will appear. All the things we should have known through the moments where we had grown, yet sometimes we tend to go and forget that all those goals we went to go and set. Where am I? Moments we had all the things we should have known through the moments we soon we shall depart for a new journey all to start, using all the courage through fear to embrace all that will appear. All the things we should have known through the moments where we had grown, and sometimes we tend to go and forget all those goals we went to go and set. Pedestrian squabble of a war they wage, of attacks put down upon a digital page, that really should have no meaning, yet further and further the cliff starts leaning. Lyrics that made me envious inside of my mind where words reside, as comparison makes its play, only to be left there in my dismay. Soon all shall go as intended, with nothing needing to be mended. Through our lesson of the day, when we learn what it means to play, within the winter's frost, embraced by its ice and snow, a pristine beauty. consumed by a desire we cannot forget, despite it not settling on in yet, even as it comes to seep on in, all to possess us from within. Yeesh, this one has been like particularly bad for me, and I don't know why. Like, is it because I haven't been getting proper? Is that? But at least it shows how raw these are, which is technically the point of these videos. Cracks in the wall, so nobody can. You used AI. Would I be going through this much effort if I did? Cracks in the wall, and you say not to worry, as there is no need to be in such a hurry. Despite the signs of it beginning to break, I shall not be here, for the grave's water will. I shall not be here, for the grave's water will make. For the graves, water will make. Save. How many years since I have flown in the sky? How many years have truly gone by? Only to take a new trip here once again, similar yet new than the one I had back then. A moment of glory, like one from a story, we go and seek our place, for others to go, find, and trace. Where is it that I shall go and stand by the edge of the sea and land, like a lone watchman by the hill, where some swear remains there still? Held by the waves of blue, deep blue sea continually going through, that drowned body that became of me, faded away into the currents none can see. Surely there are more important things than I, that continually go and pass on by, stories of theirs to never than hear, but that was never the point to be made clear. And that is volume 52. Wow, that was, I drifted. But hopefully the next one's not because it's bad, but like at the point I'm at, speaking so much with the lack of sleep will do that. It could be the most interesting subject, and I'd probably still blank out. Anyways, hopefully for the next two videos tomorrow, I will be in a much better mental space. Until then, bye.